Stay focused. Let's go, KD. Take a look around you, we can find your way back. Your way back, we can find your way. Yeah, take a look around you, we can find your way back. Way back, we can find your way. Yeah, I ain't talk is talk, and move is move. When I come in, bitch, I change your way. Got things to do, I done pay my dues. But where was you? Nigga, where was you? I said take a look around you, nigga, find your way back. Find your way back, find your way back. I said take a look around you, nigga, find your way back. Find your way back, find your way back. Hey, you the one that say that. You and me go way back. When this whole thing over, I'ma send my invoice, pay that. You don't wanna say that. You don't want this payback. I keep my composure, this my kingdom, nigga, stay back. We had a couple of moments. You had a trust, nigga, on it. Your real colors, they showing. I'm real, nigga, I'm focused. When I come around, I'm fly with it. Stay moving, do buy with it. New sound, just vibe with it. Same truth and we die with it. I see it like it's an obstacle. I never sit on the fence. Nothing to me is impossible. Music a means to the end. Most of the shit is illogical. All of y'all niggas depend on what they pretend. Just think what you had. Stop looking at trends. You wearing your heart like it's topical. Now the pain is gone, the fame is on, and they play my songs. Yeah, it's real. Yeah, it's real. Yeah, I ain't talk is talk, and move is move. When I come in, bitch, I change your way. Got things to do, I done pay my dues. But where was you? Nigga, where was you? I said take a look around you, nigga, find your way back. Find your way back, nigga, find your way back. I said take a look around you, nigga, find your way back. Find your way back, find your way back. New era, I got y'all. Real gang, we pop off, no knockoffs. Open eyes, we watch out. Mobilize, won't cop out. COVID-19 cops out, don't flop now. Open skies, we fly now. New agenda, they try now. Most y'all getting real scared of the headlines when you find out. End game getting real near. If you don't know, you behind now. Behind the times, government hide behind the lines. Most brands trying to monetize. All of us have to stay inside, don't socialize. Talk is talk, and move is move. When I come in, bitch, I change your way. Got things to do, I done pay my dues. But where was you? Nigga, where was you? I said take a look around you, nigga, find your way back. Find your way back, nigga, find your way back. I said take a look around you, nigga, find your way back. Find your way back, nigga, find your way back.
He's heating up!
Yeah.
He's heating up!
Yeah.
He's on fire!
Come on, hey. Let's be with that drama, hey. Saw that fatty mama, hey. Told her I don't wanna, hey. Come on, hey. Let's be with that drama, hey. Saw that fatty mama, hey. Told her I don't wanna, hey.
Went out, caught me a red fly. Too many people on a bandwagon. Done been through that hellfire. Came out lethal like a red dragon. Same old rapper with the same old flows. Color dreads with the pants sagging. Got that fame, but you sold your soul. You a warlock, I'm the dark assassin. Said thick stacks, mo change, big bags, faux chains. Get that money, said big facts, no gains, big stats, mo fame. We back stunts, said big names on stage, big trap, no shame. Going in, running that big check, my name, sign that, more rain. Come back home and just
Come on, hey. Let's be with that drama, hey. Saw that fatty mama, hey. Told her I don't wanna, hey. Come on, hey. Let's be with that drama, hey. Saw that fatty mama, hey. Told her I don't wanna, hey.
She call me Captain, but I got no cap. I make this money, it comes out on tap. Tryna stay private, but I got them groupies. On me in private, but don't get all choosy. Bust out the bubble and in with the newbie. FTLOG on the top with the blue jeans. Y'all got the diamonds and I got the rubies. I got the rubies, I got the rubies. She call me Captain, but I got no cap. I make this money, it comes out on tap. Tryna stay humble, but I get real moody. Try not to stumble, but she a real cutie. Bust out the bubble and in with the newbie. FTLOG on the top with the blue jeans.
rubies. Y'all got the diamonds and I got the rubies. I got the rubies. I got the rubies.
Man, it's too early in the morning for this shit.
He's heating up!
But let's get it. Yeah. Yeah. Ay, all of y'all talking, but I just went. Papa Swole, put nuts on they chin. Like Everson K2 get mounds of cash. Looked in the crowd, saw my name on the ass. You made them bands, now your money is spent. I stash away about 40%. Empire with honey like I'm Gary V. My bennies are blue, but the product is green. I'm dropping slappers to hell with an album. Might fuck around and go see Jimmy Fallon. I multiply while you bury your talents. Cause I'm like a hawk when I bury my talents. Guess what I'm saying? I pray on these niggas. There was a day when I'd pray for these niggas. Now I got nothing to say to these niggas. I pray that God does away with these niggas. I keep my friends close, but my enemies closer. My mental is gross, but my verses are kosher. These girls going wild, but I'm not a poacher, so I just keep shining like Elon, I'm solar. All of y'all talking, but I just went. Papa Swole, put nuts on they chin. Like Everson K2 get mounds of cash. Looked in the crowd, saw my name on the ass. You made them bands, now your money is spent. I stash away about 40%. Empire with honey like I'm Gary V. My bennies are blue, but the product is green. Gotta make this money, only game I know. I'm the only king, this ain't no Game of Thrones. Everybody wanna be a fucking king until it's time to do what a king does. Everywhere I look, it's just kids and drugs. Everywhere I look, it's just gangs and thugs. Can't tame the guns, can't save our loved ones. I grew my funds and I called the plug. Then I filled my lungs, I don't mess with that new shit. Y'all talking tough, but ain't none of y'all do shit. Y'all chasing money, you want the exposure. Y'all think y'all funny and snake Gucci loafers. I don't give disclaimers, I rap full disclosure. These niggas all think they were born in October. The only thing different between you and I is that I also have stacks on plus stacks when I'm older. Stacks when I'm older. Yeah, stacks when I'm older. The only thing different between you and I is that I also have millions in cash when I'm older. All of y'all talking, but I just went. Papa Swole, put nuts on they chin. Like Everson K2 get mounds of cash. You made them bands, now your money is spent. I stash away about 40%. Empire with honey like I'm Gary V. My bennies are blue, but the product is green.
Swole Normuth.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing. Testicles. Welcome everyone to episode 3322 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular Swolecast, Beercast, Broadcast, Gamecast, Mancast, Pimpcast, Sleazecast, and Slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, bustas, hustlers, and ye ol' hoes? It's your boy, Papa Swole, back with another episode. In today's episode, the Beastcast is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Everston K2 Flexing on all you beaches. All right, hashtag no mercy. No mercy. There's no mercy for those sick gains. Drop in the comments down below. Hashtag no mercy for a chance to win today's Swole card. Fam, we got some specials going on over there at swolenormousx.com. Join the fam today. Now is the time to get your Summer Swole on. Summer Swole specials are live. And of course, we have an amazing buy one, get one 50% off over there at papaswolio.com. I know it's ridiculous. We have a lot of awesome new designs. We had the Lats design drop recently. We had a brand new Go the Fucking Gym drop. We have brand new Thrasher, brand new GTTFG Fire design, looking awesome. So go and check all the new releases. We got Lats, GTTFG Mint, Go to the fucking gym. Fire. We have the Circle of Lift, Shooting Star, Fuck Your Feelings, Gym Busters, Pump It Chew. They do lift in herds, NotRetarded.com, Swole Gumby, My Swole Pony, Swole White and the Seven Steaks. And of course, we got our best sellers. That is legit. Go check it out. PapaSwole.com. Isn't that nice? Isn't that glorious? All right, fam, let's get into that tip. We got some
just
Swole
an
fam
inch, just an
posts.
inch. It's cold outside.
All right. I asked an accountability post. I was asking what you're working on and what you're focusing on this week. So maybe one thing you were successful with, one thing that you're working on. I sent out a Swole text, and let's get some more Swole responses from the fam, from members. Amanda says, I drove to Florida straight through and back. That's 30 hours of sitting. I noticed my knees are so sore and giving out going downstairs. So this week, I'm focusing on ankle, hip, and knee mobility in the masterclass section because clearly they aren't as strong and stable as I thought they were. Well, 30 hours straight through Florida and back. I want to know, is that for work? Straight through. It sounds like you made a delivery and then went right back. 30 hours. Wow. Florida's long. You get into Florida, it's like 6-7 hours. Depends if you're going to the Keys or not. Ana Luisa says, actually doing my workouts, I have it written in my planner. My workout gear is right next to my desk, so it's within easy reach. My workout clothes I put on top of my regular clothes so I don't forget. Even have alarms set up so I wake up early and have time to work out before my daughter gets up. Good for you. There you go. Jeremy says, this week I'm focusing on doing my workouts for me and no one else. I focus too much on what others think. I need to make each workout for me and how it's building me up and changing my life with each rep. This weekend's podcast really got me thinking. If I'm an example for others, great. That's a bonus. However, I'm doing this for me. It's time to be selfish. Wise words. Remember, being selfish doesn't mean that you don't care about other people. It just means that you're doing what you need to do for you first. You're putting on your oxygen mask first. Make sure you check out this weekend's Swolosophy episodes. A lot of great comments on Spotify. I appreciate that. So make sure you go and check them out. If you missed, glad you enjoyed them. And thanks for commenting, Jeremy, on the Spotify episodes as well. Melissa says, hi, Papa. This week I'm focusing on recovering from norovirus. It's been absolutely miserable. My plan is to ease back into training, not get too physiologically hung up on having to back off a bit until I get my full strength back. Thanks for everything, Melissa. Well, I'm glad to hear that you are getting better. Norovirus sounds intense. Nicole says, this week/month, I'm prioritizing sleep and sunshine. I just graduated college. In the last few months, I neglected sleep so badly. And while my eating was still great and my workouts were consistent, I wasn't getting any quality recovery. I got sick a few times from being so worn down. Vacation mode is activated. Indeed. Sleep is essential. Last one here from Robin. Robin says, I'm going to the gym as much as I can this week on my off days, getting out and walking, staying active all week. Well, that's fantastic. Glad to hear the Swole fam's crushing it. Thank you for the responses. And we are sending out regular emails, so make sure you go to Make Email Swole Again. If you're not on the email list, it's free. Go and sign up and get the knowledge cock straight to your inbox. You don't want to miss out on that. Make email swoleagain.com. Now let's get into some questions. If you got live questions, drop them in the comments. Hashtag Ask Papa Swolio. Amanda says, Lats makes me laugh. 50th anniversary of Jaws, my second favorite movie. Is it 50th anniversary? Was it 1975? That's coincidental that we just did the Lats design. I knew it was in the 70s. I forgot it was in 75, if that's the case. Perfect timing for that shirt then. 25-year anniversary. Lats. Can't wait to get mine in. All right, question time. Drop in the comments if you got live questions. Hashtag Ask Papa Swolio. Let's move on. Valsogard 11. Papa Swolio, what's your all-time favorite compound exercise? I don't have an all-time favorite exercise or a favorite compound exercise. I don't have an all-time favorite. I don't care what the exercise is. Whichever one works the best. So a compound exercise is multi-joint. It could be a bench press, a shoulder press, a deadlift, an RDL, a stiff leg deadlift. I don't care. I don't have favorites. Pick something that works best for you and load it. They're all great. Any exercise, I shouldn't say any exercise is great. Some are better than others. But as long as you're progressively overloading, you could build tons of muscle with any compound movement. I don't pick favorites. I never have. I never have. Maury Yakub. 24-1105. What's the best way to work out from home? To lift weights, do yoga, and meditate. and do all sorts of stuff and eat properly. So training from home, if you want to build muscle, you need progressive overload. So you need some workout equipment at home or body weight. That's going to top out eventually. So, you can work out at a gym, work out at home. You can work out in the backyard. You just need equipment. So it depends on what you have access to, space, budget, goals. Daving FV, Papa Swolio. Can you actually lose weight while gaining muscle? You can lose fat while building muscle. So you're not trying to lose weight, you're trying to lose fat. So stop trying to lose weight, you want to lose fat. Stop trying to gain weight, you want to build muscle. Okay? Stop talking about gaining and losing weight. The scale doesn't matter, you want to build muscle. So can you? Yes, if you're morbidly obese, if you are new to the gym, if you haven't been training in a while, it's less the case. If you are more advanced, intermediate and advanced in the gym, you're going to need something around like a calorie maintenance or a slight surplus to build muscle. And can you lose a little fat and build some muscle in the short term? Sure, if you're in a very, very slight deficit and you're doing everything perfectly. But remember, when you start eating in a deficit and you're cutting, quote unquote, strength is going to be compromised. So you have to do it very carefully, very slowly. And most people aren't going to be able to toe that line unless they're taking anabolics or you're very, very advanced or very meticulous and consistent. So most people shouldn't be concerned about it. You should be focusing on building muscle. Getting stronger is the best proxy for if you're gaining muscle after those initial neurological adaptations with training period or with a new exercise or program. So just make sure you're consistent, build muscle, and stop trying to toe the line. If you're a dude, you're not big enough, build more muscle. And for ladies too. You don't have enough muscle. If you're listening to this podcast, you don't have enough muscle. I'm doing the podcast. I don't have enough muscle. Time to make some gains. Let's fucking go. DZ Abdullah, Papa Swolio, what if I don't have motivation for the gym? No one cares.
Go fuck yourself.
That's what, if you don't have motivation. No one cares. I don't say that to be rude, but you don't need motivation. You need to execute. So it doesn't matter if you feel like training. It's time to do it. Go do it. Stop crying. Carnage, 1021, Papa Swolio. Tips for overcoming weight loss plateaus. Cut more calories? Probably not. You're probably not eating the proper foods. You're probably not training properly, sleeping properly, all these other things that are elevating cortisol and you're retaining body fat, this, that, and the other. So eating less is not the answer. You just keep on eating less, eating less, eating less, eating less, and you're starving yourself. So build more muscle. If you have more muscle mass, you'll metabolize more fat at rest. People that want to lose weight, everyone that's in a weight loss plateau, you know what that really means? It means you don't have enough muscle. I'm in a weight loss plateau, then you're not building muscle enough. You're not focusing on lean tissue. You're focusing more on the soft stuff. I want this gone rather than building. Okay? You're trying to get rid of things without building. Build muscle. Build muscle. That extra body fat, if you're eating around maintenance or a slight deficit or, around what your body in terms of total energy, like you will recomp a little bit. You'll lose some fat. You'll get stronger. It'll come off over time. You have a weight loss plateau. If you keep on starving yourself and cutting more calories, chances are you're not getting nutrient-dense foods. So you're cutting calories and you're not getting enough micronutrients. So people's diets suck and then they just eat less of what already sucks. So you need to make sure you're focusing on the quality of foods and build muscle. Stop trying to lose weight. If you're a dude, stop trying to a weight loss plateau. Build more muscle. Get stronger. What are you doing for X, Y, and Z exercises? Cool. Get more weight on there. Get more reps on there. Build muscle. Eat more protein. Get better sleep. Try to build muscle. Get stronger. That fat's going to come off. That fat's going to come off. Eat for your lean mass. I promise you. It'll come off. Mike Longmuir, 94. Best tricep exercises for size growth. Progressive overload. A cable pushdown's fine, and some sort of a close grip JM press or a decline chest machine press or some sort of chest machine press where you can get the short head. Some sort of pressing movement where it's going to focus more on elbow extension, like a JM press, whether it's on a slight incline, a Smith machine, a barbell. You could do them with dumbbells. You could do them in a bunch of different ways. But getting the medial head and the short head is going to focus a little bit more on if the humerus is moving, and then do some sort of tricep extension, whether overhead or down by your sides, single arm or bilaterally. That is going to have the humerus more stable, so it's going to activate the long head a little bit more. So you just need 2 exercises. You don't need a lot of tricep exercises. You could do dips. You could do, parallel bar dips. That's fine. You can weight those. You could do a dip machine. You could do a chest or JM press and some sort of cable extension. You can use bands for extensions too, but harder to specifically progressively overload. My standard is to do some sort of cable pushdown and alternate that depending on how my elbow feels and my other programming with I have a decline chest press machine that's great for a JM press. That's great for a close grip for triceps. So I use that for it. Because it's very controlled. It's very controlled. I've done JM press with the Smith machine. I don't like it. I just don't like the feel of it. I might try it again in the future with a little bit of an incline. I'm still messing around with it to try to get a better angle, but I prefer this one machine that I have over the Smith machine. But you could do it a lot of different ways. Everyone's arms and angles are a little bit different. So you have to find something that you're comfortable with that targets the area that you can load and then do that. All right, more questions. Got a couple minutes for live ones, so drop them in the chat. Amanda Imaresta. Papa Solio, does an overhead tricep extension work anything different than just a cable tricep pushdown? I only do pushdowns. Not really. Some people have said that overhead hits the long head more. It doesn't. Down by your sides is fine for the triceps long head. So just pick one that you prefer and then progressively overload it. The reason why more people do pushdowns than overhead is because it's easier to get into position for most cases. It's easier to get stable. There are some machines that you'll see, some of the older school machines, where they might have like a weight stack and a chair and then a tricep, handle with a cable over your head. They do make machines like that. So in that case, it could be a good choice depending on how you can overload the machine. But sometimes if you're having a heavy dumbbell, you're getting it overhead and then you're doing overhead extensions or with a cable, it can be harder for some people to load as heavy as just doing a standard cable pushdown. So if it's comfortable for you and you can overload it properly and it feels good, then go for it. But there's a reason why a lot of people do just standard pushdowns, just because it's easier to load as heavy as you want and get into like a better position for a lot of people. Or setting it up is a pain in the ass, so it's not worth bringing a bench over to a cable crossover machine and then trying to set it up and then get the cable and then get in position. So just down by your sides, your arm maybe like slightly 30 degrees out to the side can be a really good angle for the long head, kind of like doing like katana, like cross. You could do 2 arm, you could do 1 arm. So find the right angle that you like. And that'll be fine for all heads. You're getting all heads of the tricep anyway, but when the humerus is moving, it's going to get the long head a little bit more. It's going to get a little bit more of the long head if you're doing cable extensions rather than, let's say, a JM press where the humerus is moving and you're getting shoulder flexion. All right, let's see here. Jeremy says, once I learned what progressive overload was, it was a game changer. It's very simple. People are always wondering how you're building muscle. So, of course, if you're doing DEXA scans or body fat, or you're trying to micromanage and micro-weigh every last thing, it's really easy. If you're tracking your workouts properly, you're not doing too much volume, and you're training intensely, those numbers should be going up. Now, if you've never done an exercise before, if you've never done overhead extensions and you do them 1 week, the next time you do them, you might be getting stronger. The first couple times you do a new exercise, your strength might be going up pretty quickly. That's not hypertrophy. That's just neural adaptations. But after that kind of like peters off after the first like couple weeks or the first few times you do it, then you're kind of starting to lay more contractile proteins. Your body gets through those initial adaptations. And you might be sore at the beginning of a new exercise for that reason. It doesn't mean that you're stimulating growth. But if you do a new exercise and you feel, wow, I really feel it in the muscles. Wow, that was a great movement. Cool. Get used to that movement. Don't push as close to failure when you first start it. Start going a little bit harder over the next couple times that you do it, and then implement it in your program and then progressively overload it and build muscle with it. Alex on YouTube, is there anything that push-up bars can do that I can't do with a pair of dumbbells? Not really. Dumbbells will roll unless they're hex dumbbells, and push-up bars are going to be a little bit higher than dumbbells. Dumbbells are just designed for the dumbbells. They're not designed for pushing, so they're going to be lower to the ground. If you get push-up handles, they'll come up higher off the ground. So you're saying, why would I want a pair of push-up bars and not just use the dumbbells I have 20 or 30 of? You can use dumbbell handles. You just get more of a stretch if you use push-up bars. Some of them are low to the ground. It's just for your wrist. People like handles sometimes for push-ups because if they put their hands flat on the ground, oh, it hurts my wrist. In my opinion, you should work on what's bothering your wrist for that, because you should be able to put your hands on the ground and push through your fingertips. So, I mean, push-up handles are going to be higher so you can get more depth, but you can elevate the push-up, the dumbbells. If that's what you're doing, then, whatever you want. Depth is depth. You can put your hands on books if you want. All right. Anything else? Anything else? Last chance for questions. Good questions so far. Push downs are great. A great movement that a lot of people don't do are the bands, like the heavy monster band extensions. If you have heavy bands, those are great because a lot of exercises bands aren't ideal for because the muscle should be strengthened or should be targeted in more of a lengthened position. The muscle will have more leverage. So if you're doing a bicep curl with bands, it should be, you want it to be harder at the bottom than it is at the top, but that's not how bands work. So when you're doing it for triceps are an ascending profile. So as you extend, the band gets more tight and gets stronger. So it challenges your tricep when it's stronger. So it really matches wonderfully. So doing band tricep extensions from a high-low is fantastic. Even a low-high is good. And using them for glutes, there's a couple body parts where it's really great to use bands for. But a lot of other ones just kind of like, overrated or just good for traveling or warming up or things like that. But if you have elbow issues or things with weights, bands can be great for triceps. And remember, you have to make sure you care for your joints. So the muscles act on the tendons that attached to the bone. So the muscles are going to recover faster. The heavier you go with weight, I've just noticed that like the heavier weight you go, if you do really low reps, 2, 3, 4 reps, it can wear down your joints. It can start feeling uncomfortable. Your joints are really going close to your max. All you have to do is increase the reps a little bit and maybe change the exercise or the angle, and it can open a lot of things up for you. Remember, the tendons and the ligaments take longer to develop and to strengthen and to evolve than the muscle. So when you're doing new movements, don't go super low reps right away. Don't go to absolute failure. Get your muscles, your tendons, your ligaments used to it, used to the range of motion, used to the movement, and push close to failure. But you don't have to do 5 reps. You could do 7 reps or 8 reps. And I like a whole wide range of reps. And generally, I've been going more towards like 6 to 12. I've usually just done 6 to 12. Sometimes I've gone lower, but I generally like doing more, like I call that moderate, but low moderate reps, 6, 7 to like 12 to 15, depending on the movement, depending on how I feel in the week or in the month or what I'm doing in my programming. It's okay to cycle through different types of rep schemes too, depending on what you're doing. Just remember, it's hard to gauge proximity to failure the lighter the weight you go. So if you're doing 15 reps, it's hard to know if you have like 1 or 2 more in the tank. So generally, I like to go a little bit heavier. So, depends on the movement and depends on how long I've been doing it. Depends on the joint, depends on what I'm in the mood for. But I generally like to keep it 6 or above around. And also depends if I'm doing a second set and the split and all those types of things. All right. Good stuff. Another reminder, we got buy one, get one 50% over at papasoya.com. Today I'm rocking Chicken is a Vegetable. Great shirt. Great shirt.
Sell crazy someplace else. We're all stocked up here.
Let's go balls deep. Let's keep it moving. Good stuff today. Good question.
That's deep.
All right, let's get into some BD. Let's see what we got here. Do we got a short one? We do. We have an appetizer. This one's called Food Swaps, the best budget food swaps. Ooh, if you need to swap out a food, I'm assuming this is going to tell you how to do it. It's about food swapping. That sounds sexy.
If you don't
Sounds kinky.
have fresh vegetables, try frozen. If you don't have fresh fish, try...
Is this Abby's retarded kitchen? God damn it, this woman.
If you don't have fresh vegetables, try frozen. If you don't have fresh fish, try canned. If you don't have protein powder, try milk powder. If you don't have ground meat, try crumpled tofu or lentils. Food inflation right now is out of control, so drop your no judgment healthy eating budget tips in the comments.
Drop your no judgment budget eating. What the fuck is this woke ass bullshit? What'd she say?
In the comments. No judgment healthy eating budget tips in. So drop your no judgment healthy eating budget tips in.
Drop your no judgment healthy eating budget tips. God, do we have to pussify every last fucking sentence? Yeah, if you don't have access to, what'd you say?
Meat, try. If you don't have ground meat, try.
If you don't have ground meat, eat a can of fucking lentils. This is the kind of chick that's like gonna smile and wave. She works for the Ministry of Health. You know? This is the Ministry of Health right here. If you don't have ground meat, just eat the bugs. Eat this can of fucking disgusting lentils. How about that? Budget tips, no judgment. I'm not judging you. You're beautiful just the way you are for eating lentils. Disgusting communist food garbage. Yeah. Yeah, instead of fresh fish, eat a can of tuna. Instead of meat, eat a can of lentils. That's gross. What an idiot. You know, this whole, like, what's your low budget, judgment free? Why does everything have to be judgment free? Judgment free. Isn't that essentially what we're supposed to do as humans, is judge things? Should this be in my mouth? Is that dark cave over there going to have a tiger or a bear in it? I don't know. Should I go in this dark, wet cave with my spear and a torch, or should I not go in there? It's like, yeah, I'm not going to go in there. That's called that's called prejudging. That's called judgment. No judgment means you're going to die. So how about not putting garbage in your face? No judgment. I think you should be judging things. We're seriously judging one over the other. If you don't have beef, eat a can of lentils. You're going to eat the bugs and live in the pod, and you're going to be happy, right? You're going to eat the sludge. Eat the bugs, and you'll be happy. That's what she's saying. No judgment. There's no judgment. You get to eat this canned bean. Yum, yum. Yum, yum. There's one in here called Rant, so we'll do this one last. Let's do this one. It's called Need Fat Allies.
What's in the box?
Hey, look, a rattlesnake. Should I pet it? Look at that skinny looking dog. Right, John? Look at that skinny little dog that's rattling. It's making some noise. Ooh, that's a funny looking dog right there. Can I pet that dog? Can I pet that dog?
I'm going to say a slightly unpopular opinion in the fat activist community.
Which is pretty much anything. If you talk about doing anything proper with your life, you are going to be ostracized. You're not one of us. You're not fat and grotesquely obese. You can't be friends with us.
But we need allies, and I am happy when thin people talk about...
Are fat people like Ukraine? We need allies. We need allies over here because Putin is fucking us in our buttholes. We need your money. I mean, we need steak.
Depression of being fat. There's a viral video going around right now where there's a thin creator who is talking about fat phobia and how it harms people and how it's destructive, and it's the only...
Let me pause this. A thin creator. Can you imagine if this was like a racial content? There's this black creator out there. There's a thin creator. Am I a swole creator? There's this swole creator out there who's always promoting beef and going to the fucking gym. You know that swole creator out there named Papa Swolio? Have you guys heard about the swole creator out there? I got hiccups. I can't. It's so stupid.
Video I've ever seen where the comments are all like, you're right, you're correct. Even though me and other fat people create very similar content. And you know what? I don't care.
Me and other fat people. Other fat people and I. Other fat people and I. Not me and other fat people. Other fat people and I. Say it right.
She's right. She's right. And we need allies in this moment. I don't care if she gets famous for saying it or it gets recognition from her versus a fat person. We are like falling down a fascist pipeline, and it is so hostile towards fat people currently that any thin person...
Can someone look this up? Someone chat GPT this. Someone look up what a fat pipeline?
Like falling down a fascist pipeline.
Falling down a fascist pipeline. Can someone look up what a fascist pipeline is, please? What's in your nose? Why does she have two septum piercings? Someone look up what a fascist pipeline is. I know we had I know, like, there's a couple. All right. Fam, I'm Papa Swolio. I'm not a drilling expert. I'm not a plumbing expert. I'm not an energy transportation expert. I know about some of these things. There's only a few pipelines that I know, right? You know, we got city pipelines. I know, like, we had the Nord Stream pipeline. We had the, what was it? The Yukon or the Yellowstone, whatever, XL pipeline. What's the one that Biden shut down like day one? Remember that oil pipeline? I know of these pipelines. These are major oil pipelines and energy distribution networks, right? What's a fascist pipeline? Is that where Trump came from? Is there a pipeline from Trump Tower to DC, right to the White House? Is that where Trump came? He came down the fascist pipeline. Is it like a water slide? Like a communist Six Flags? The fascist pipeline is closed today. But mommy, I want to go down the fascist pipeline. No, you can't. You must go down the Marxist pipeline. I don't want to go down the Marxist pipeline. It sucks. It's full of nails. Let's see. PK. Well, thank you for actually using AI. ChatGPT says, quote, a fascist pipeline refers to the gradual radicalization of individuals from moderate views to far-right or fascist ideologies, often through extremist propaganda or online communities. I love how there's a breakdown of what a fascist pipeline is. Yeah, sure. Yeah, the fascist pipeline. Is that where we are right now? Actually enforcing our laws for once in this country? Oh my God, we're deporting people that are illegally in this country? The horror of actually enforcing laws that we have in this country. Why do we have laws if we're not going to enforce it? So stop crying. Shut the fuck up. Swole Simon says train to Auschwitz is a fascist pipeline. Well, this is why I'm thinking like it should be a summer camp. Auschwitz. You know, you get on the train, you go to Auschwitz, you get absolutely fucking shredded. You know, imagine like the marketing jingles. You know, it's like Papa Swolio's fat can, like, come on to Auschwitz, it's a gas. Too soon? Okay. It's funny. Come on, it's funny. All right. Oh, I've had that idea for a decade. It's always too soon, isn't it? Come train at Auschwitz, it's a gas. Is it too soon? Maybe it's too late. It's probably a good time for it. The train for Auschwitz is leaving in 1 hour. It will arrive at 9 p.m. You will have your tea. The training starts early in the morning. We start early at 9. Don't be late. We train from 9 to 9. Auschwitz, you know, and like we can have a whole website where we have like Trustpilot, where we have customer reviews. I'd rate Auschwitz 9 out of 10. Just great reviews. 9 out of 10. How would you rate Auschwitz out of 10? 9. It's a fantastic place. How many reps on the bench press? 9. Yeah, we have a walk-in steam room. Bro, this is the shit, man. It's great. It's got cryo. It's got a whole spa. It's got a cryo section. If you're aware of like Mengele and the horrors that the Nazis perpetrated, like that's some dark shit. The cryo room. It's got the sauna. It's got the steam room. It's got cryo. Mud bath. Jesus Christ. Where were we? All right, next business venture. I'm in, man. I'm in. We'll get people absolutely ripped. People leave Auschwitz just shredded to the bone. Literally. All right, too much? This is a passion project of mine. It's such dark humor. It just makes me smile. Too soon? How is it too soon? It was like 100 years ago. Gotta do it someday. All right, it's fresh. I get it. Come on, it's funny. Yeah, I've trained. I've trained a Holocaust survivor before. Yep, one of my clients was. Yeah, tattoos on his wrist and stuff. All right, move on. Are we moving on? No, we could stay on this. It's funny. Okay. Let's do one more. It's called Rant. All right. Well, that video was so dumb. We had to...
What's in the box?
When you say fascist pipeline, we have to, like, troll that. We have to troll that to the max. That's the reason why, if you're coming into the conversation, oh my God, Papa Swole, you're so mean. She was talking about a fascist pipeline. A fascist pipeline. All right. I've done flow charts. I've seen pipes. I work under my sink and toilet. It's like, I've never seen a fascist pipeline before. I don't know where they are. Where are these fascists? Can you imagine like a fascist pipeline? You're working under your sink. You're trying to fix like the J-trap. And all of a sudden Trump's head pops out and he's like, this is going to be the greatest sink ever. This clog is going to be gone. No one gets rid of clogs like me. This clog is never going to be here again. You'll never see this clog. Biden's J-traps or P-traps were clogged. They were always clogged. Hairballs. No. All right, this one's called Rant. What else is new? Let's do it. Let's move on. All right. We'll put Ouch on the back burner.
Time for a rant that might piss some people off.
Beautiful clogs.
Many people care so much about...
That'd be a funny video series, just Trump as like a plumber. Would you look at this? Look at this clog. There's hair all over the place. I've never seen clogs like this in my life. After I'm done with this, there's not going to be any clogs. Joe Biden was president when you had this clog. That's why it's so backed up, but we'll get this straightened out for you. Butt crack hanging out of his pants, hair like off to the side.
Losing weight as taking care of their health. So much more than their holistic health and like the bigger picture of like what keeps a body alive and well.
Oh, yeah, you would know about that.
The system, not the person. Like we are so deep in the
drain the clogs. Too many clogs.
This is just a moment in history, like 200 years ago.
I'm sorry, I'm just going off on this. Drain the clogs. Like when we get into office, when we get under the sink, we're gonna drain the clogs. Drain the clogs. There's not going to be any more clogs. I'm tired of clogs. Are you tired of clogs? We're going to make this sink flow nicely again. Or make the water flow nicely again. We'll make your toilet flush. It'll flush great again, I promise. When I get into office, you're going to take a big old dookie and it's going to flush right down. No overflowing, no poop on your floor. Joe Biden put poop on your floor. I never put poop on your floor. Best clog snakes. We're going to snake it. We're going to get in there. We're going to get on the top. We're going to get on the overflow. We're going to pump it. We're going to pump it. We're going to pump it. We'll get the poop out for you. No more hair clogs. Make your drains flow freely again. That's what I say. Huge drains. We're going to have a drain. It's not going to be small because you got big poops. I understand Americans got great poops. I remember pooping back in the day. I never had any clogs. We're going to make these pipes huge. We're going to make them great again. We're going to make all your shower heads high flow. No more low flow shower heads. We need to get that conditioner and shampoo out. Americans have amazing hair, great hair. I have great hair. Everyone says you have great hair. It's because I have high flow shower heads. I will make sure that all of your pipes will flow freely. Huge drains, huge hair. We're going to make your hair, we're going to make your drains great again. Drain the clogs. We're going to drain the clogs. You took a huge poop. Too much protein, they say. I don't think you have too much protein. You should eat steak and make some sick gains. Americans love to make gains. It's all about building muscle. Calories in, calories out, they say. I always say it's quality over quantity, but what do I know? Joe Biden, he's calories in, calories out, and you see how that works. Millions of illegals, criminals, flowing across our border because we don't have gains. Americans are so strong, we're going to go to the border. We're going to take all the people from those big, muscular men from the World's Strongest Man competition. We're going to put them on the border, and we're going to be throwing these Mexicans back over like the keg toss, right over the wall, just line them up, just flipping Mexicans right over the wall, keg toss style. World's Strongest Man competition, tossing Mexicans over that big, beautiful wall. That's what we're going to do. We're going to make this country great again. Back in my day, we used to do midget tossing, but we can't say midget anymore. I know. They took the word back, but we can still throw the Mexicans. They're still short. We'll make it work. That's not a bad idea, right? Can you imagine? Just put a live stream of Brian Shaw on the southern border, just fucking keg tossing Mexicans back over the border. I would watch that all day long. We'll throw them back in the river. That's why they call it the Rio Grande, because it's filled with so many Mexicans. Filled with so many. Grand. They're not midgets, they're little people. Personally, I think little people is a little bit more insulting because we're all people, we're all Americans. We'll make America great again. We won't make you tall again, but we'll make you whole. Mexican tossing. There you go. Mexican tossing in place of the Arnold for 2026. I'm telling you, it's free. Let's go. All right, let's continue this, whatever the fuck this is.
Moment in history, like 200 years ago.
I feel like this is just a moment in, but this is just like a moment in history. Anytime someone says, I feel like this is just a moment in history, no shit. Do you have any idea of what like history is? It's just, yes. Every moment is a moment in history. When you take a shit, that's a moment in history. It's just not an impactful moment in history. Especially if you have huge drains, you take a poop, it goes away. You don't see that poop ever again because we got huge drains. We fixed the clogs. You could take a huge poop. It's not even an issue anymore. The poop is there. The poop is no longer there because we made your drains great again. Drain the clogs. All right. Trump the plumber. Are we done with this? I don't know why that just hits the spot today, but it does.
In history, like 200 years ago,
I want to do it again, but I won't.
Praised and
I might.
yearned for to be a bigger person. I just find it disheartening and very sad that for so many people, it's about weight and being smaller instead of like, how's my heart doing? Or like my lungs or my bladder or my mental health.
What is happening in this
all
video?
Connected, but these things are not connected by and caused by weight. No matter what you've been told. So while you keep glorifying weight loss, just know the truth is out, like the jig is up. Fat phobia is so ingrained in our system right now.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought.
No, we're done.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
I don't have time for this. I need to go clean some clogs. I got work to do. We're going to make clogs. We're going to make your drains great again. We'll make your pee traps great again in this country. The poop is going to flow. It's going to disappear. You're never going to see the poop. Never smell poop again. You go to the bathroom. You drop a huge fucking poo. It's going to be gone. It's going to go away. You're going to be like, man, there's no poop in this country. No one poops anymore. No one knows anyone's pooping. We're getting rid of all the poop. You're not even going to see it. We're making those pipes great again. Trump the plumber. Trump the plumber. I like it. I'm down. I'm down for a whole series, Trump the plumber. Clogbusters. Let's go. All right, let's fucking cleanse the palate. You ready? I love it when I move a video that's titled rant.mp4 and I move it to the folder. It's like an older item named rant mp4. It already exists in this location. Do you want to replace it with the newer one you're moving? I want to keep both. Let's keep them both. All right, we got a throwback. Let's get into it. Oh, what do we got? I'm going based off the initial face. Oof, brutal. Let's do this one. God damn.
Fat phobia is bad for all women, not just fat women. And I think that's the thing that people don't get.
Because you're a fucking retard!
Like, yes, obviously it's bad for fat women, but it's also bad for thin women. Even if you're currently winning the beauty standard that we have, by subscribing to that, you are setting yourself up for failure. Because now you have put the threat in place that if your body changes, your value will be lost.
That is correct.
Is that really a world you want to live in? Is that a world you want for your friends and your family? Is that a world you want for your daughters and your nieces? Like, because men use it as a threat to make women feel bad about themselves. They're like, oh, what if you gain weight? How many times have you heard men use that?
Couple times.
You shouldn't be getting fat. There's no need Couple to be times. getting fat. So why Couple is that times. acceptable? Why is like, okay, now we're going to be together, so I'm just going to get fat. That shouldn't be acceptable. If you're choosing the other person, you should take care of yourself. Why don't people take care of themselves for their person? I don't understand. If you're with someone and you promise, let's say, I'm with you, we're going to be together in sickness and in health, right? In sickness and in health, right? You get married to them in sickness and in health. Well, for most people, you're already sick. It's in sickness. Now, this should be in sickness, and it should be from things that like you can't foresee. But stop walking off the plank, take care of yourself. If you're like, I'll be with you in sickness and in health, let me just get diabetes tomorrow. Take care of yourself. Lift, train for yourself and for your partner. When I say your partner, your husband, your wife, this is someone who you are bound to, and you are promising to take care of yourself. So make sure that you are a healthy person for your...
What's in the box?
You have to be a healthy person for your person. All right, let's do another throwback. Cardio or weight training for first responders who's out of shape and joined first gym 6 months ago. Why can't you do both?
What's up with that?
Make sure that you're doing a solid weight training program. If you're seeing improvements, you're improving in strength, you have that proper recovery and nutrition down, you are doing great with your weight training. And then slowly add in little periods of higher intensity interval stuff, cardio, and then stop. If you start seeing your gains and your lifting progress slowing down, then you know that you're doing too much. You're exhausting yourself, and you could adjust your protocol. But most results that anyone wants when it comes to fitness, literally, people want to look a certain way. I want to look this. I want to lose fat. I want to do this. Oh, my metabolism's broken. Whatever it is. It starts with fucking lifting weights.
Just do it!
Build muscle, and then add the cardio. You'll be fine. Jeez. All right, yo, check this out. Fam, what is going on? Let's get some updates here on...
What's in the box?
Some of you live in California. Let's go... we're on the Daily Mail right now. Check this out. Body found outside looted store as LA riots take deadly turn. This is still going on, right? Remember we talked about it months ago? We were just talking about how the summer was going to be a hot mess, right? The weather gets nicer. Everyone's out doing all sorts of shit, just trying to burn shit down. This article says Los Angeles riots have taken a sinister turn after a man's body was found on the sidewalk after a night of looting and chaos. Police were called to the scene near a looted T-Mobile, shocker, after 1:30 a.m. where they discovered his body. Let's see. On Monday, a mystery donor was caught on camera passing out gas masks and riot shields from her Ford F-150 to protesters in the streets as a National Guard was stationed nearby. So you have to start asking yourself, and not start, but this is what happened in 2020. Who's funding these things, right? A mystery donor. This is what we have to get to the root cause of. A mystery donor. Well, you guys, there are people with lots of money that are funding this shit, right? Passing out gas masks. Where do you get gas masks? You could find certain things. Depends on what they mean as gas masks. Are you just getting painter's masks and stuff from Home Depot? Chances are they're getting quality shit and they're military grade. That's what I've been hearing. So anyway, gas masks and riot shields. Where are you getting who's passing out riot shields to protesters? Get these people off the fucking streets. If you're passing out riot shields and gas masks, that's not a peaceful protest, right? They're called riot shields for a second, for a reason, okay? It's a riot shield. See, riot. It's not a protest shield. It's not a peaceful protest shield. You don't need a shield for a peaceful protest. See the comparison there? The chaos began on Friday when anti-ICE protesters, anti-immigration enforcement, hey, you're not supposed to be in this country. Let's fight these people that are getting rid of illegals, criminals. Chaos began on Friday when anti-ICE protesters seized on a handful of police raids across the city, taking the streets to burn cars and march against what they say are unfair deportations. Well, I'm glad they're burning cars. That sounds good. President Trump is deploying another 2,000 National Guard troops following the first deployment. Good. Shut it down. Shut it down. What a shithole. What a fucking shithole. Get the hell out of these places. Let's do another throwback. Let's cleanse the palate a third time. One more. We're running a gauntlet on here. Let's do this one. Looks nasty.
Even the word
phobia means like fear of fatness, right? And so people are like, I'm not scared of fatness, or I'm not scared of fat people. Or
That's right. That's right. Words have meanings. Ooh. Prefixes Ooh. and suffixes have Ooh. meanings. Ooh. Oh, that's right. You change the meanings. That's right. Revisionist shit.
But it's like not just a fear of, it's just like how we are conditioned to believe about that it's bad to be in a bigger body, that it is bad to be fat.
Well, it is.
Like even when someone says, like
Yep.
even this idea of like, do I look fat, right? Which is a terrible question. No one should ever ask that question.
Why not? Why not?
When you're saying that, it's like because you believe there's something wrong with being fat.
Ding, ding, ding.
There is something wrong with being fat. Now, what this person doesn't understand is that you can use language in different ways. So you can say the word fuck, or you can say different things 10, 15 different ways, and it means 10 to 15 different things. It's like, oh, I feel fat. We know what that means. It doesn't mean like, oh, I feel like morbidly obese. No, your stomach is distended because you probably ate garbage. It doesn't mean, oh, I'm morbidly obese. Oh my God, my body fat percentage is so high. No, I feel like someone who's morbidly obese. Oh, good gracious. I feel like someone who's morbidly obese. All right, let's give away today's Swole card. Fam, thanks for being here. Hashtag no mercy. Hopefully you got your ear holes stretched out and you're ready to go make sick fucking gains today. Hashtag no mercy. Let's give away the Swole card right now. We'll be back tomorrow for another amazing Mancast. Let's give it away. No one wants to be fat. That's why you're here. I want to make gains. I want to make gains. Let the Marines do their thing. Today's winner, no mercy. It's martial arts mama. Congratulations. Isn't that special? Isn't that special? Congratulations, martial arts mama. Send us an email to support@swolenormous.com, Swole card 3322 in the subject, your mailing address and the body of the email. Congratulations. Fam, thanks for being here. We got awesome new drops on the Swolenormous app. Join us over at swolenormousx.com. We got membership specials. Go and jump on them. Join the fam today. And of course, we'll be back tomorrow for another amazing Mancast. We got buy one, get one, 50% off over at papaswolio.com. And we'll see you in the app, in the community. Go post up what you're smashing today. Let's have a great day. Go make some gains, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for being here. Peace, McGeese, Deuce, Magoose, your boy, Papa Swolio. Out.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808s, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like
then yeah, I found that young king with my crown at 10 racks in the fanny pack, couple hundred in the Louis bag.
that's a bed that you made, that's a bed that you made, that's a bed that you laid, that's a bed that you laid. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard in the paint, yeah. What the fuck is you saying? I only go where they pay. What kind of game is you playing? Yeah, whoa, my shit is relevant, on topic, my melanin is popping, I'm taking